This podcast is intended for an over 18 audience. If you are under 18,
Come out of it, you bastard!
Welcome to another episode of the Trucker's Bible Podcast. Unfortunately tonight with work, Don can't make it, but myself and Stephen and John, we are joined by Jason Dunne, the Fiberman.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome here. Welcome to the HQ.
Appreciate that.
How's everything going?
Good. Flat to the mat now, thanks be to Jesus.
You kept busy now the whole time, are you?
Yes. I don't know where the work is coming out of, so I'm not going to complain.
No,
I'm going to make hay while the sun shines. Making motorcycle fairings, race fairings, race car bodywork, truck parts, fucking tractor parts, repairs. We're based in Tullamore there, County Offaly. There's just a mountain of repairs to be done. So
yeah,
happy
flat
days.
to the boards.
Flat to the boards.
All fiberglass.
All fiberglass, yeah. We do get a few plastic panels in. I don't particularly like doing the plastic panels, but when lads are stuck, you'll sort them out.
Oh.
Yeah.
But is it mostly repairs or new parts you're doing, or what?
The last 2-3 months, a lot of repairs. Before that, 95% of our work was export, all new stuff.
Right.
Okay.
So you're export as well?
Oh yeah, all around the world.
All around? As in, like, what would be your most common export?
America, Australia, every country in Europe. We even sent to Russia.
Yeah.
No way.
Japan, yeah, unreal. Yeah.
Not helping them out with the army right now.
Fiberglass missile.
We cut this podcast now. Very quick.
But tell us now, like, how did you get into the fiberglass work?
My dad used to make pedal boats years ago, and I was just amazed to see a raw product, being able to turn it into a finished piece, like.
What would you call a raw product?
Your resin.
So you're looking at something in a tub?
Yeah, so you're looking at your liquid in the tub, and then you have a bunch of matting over there, and then your gel coat. So when you mix all them together, for argument's sake, you're left with a piece that will fit a car or fit a bike, or, you know.
So you were looking at one day in a bucket, next thing is out across the sea.
That's
someone peddling it.
Yeah. So,
yes, and that's all them ones that you see when you're on holidays.
Oh yeah, they're all fiberglass. You'd be surprised the amount of things made out of fiberglass.
Yeah, I'd say you never think about it.
That's
What's in this room made out of fiberglass? This?
What's?
Oh, that's plastic.
Of course, there'll be nothing here. Pass, Africa 10.
Nothing at
You
all.
said I'd be surprised, and I am. And your father was at it. How long was he doing it?
He was doing it for years, and I used to help him after school, we'll say on Saturdays. And then a company down in Athlone called Extreme Sound got in contact with me and asked me would I do car body kits. I said, yeah, sure, no bother, we'll give it a whirl. And we'd done it for them for years. And then another company called Revolution Engineering in Clane, I think, Sonny and Dave, they asked me would I supply them with kits. So it just literally grew from there. Just new kits would come in, we'd be moulding, doing different things, whatever.
Yeah.
Like we'd have... when things were good, 5-6 cars a week going out, fitted, sprayed, out the door.
Really? That's in your place? You do all that?
Not where we are now, but in my wife's home place.
Yeah.
Just an old derelict shed, a house, derelict house we worked out for years.
And that's where your father worked?
No, my father back in the home place.
Right.
You're awfully bred and bared?
I am indeed. I am. I'm a Tullamore baby.
Tullamore baby. Whereabouts in Tullamore?
Tullamore Hospital. Was,
It's a good start anyway, isn't it?
No, I was born in Tullamore, but I lived in Geeshel there for 20 odd years, and then we moved out to where we are now.
Okay.
And just back to your father there, was that his main source of...
No, jeez, the man was gifted. He could put his hands to anything.
Was he?
Carpenter by trade, he was welder, mechanic. You know that kind of era where they can literally do anything.
Turn their hand to it.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I just...
No choice.
No choice at the end of the day if they wanted to do it. But like the two of us, we hung around together all the time. We were more like brothers than father and son, you know.
Yeah.
But only for him now. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be where I am today.
That's where you learnt everything from.
Oh yeah, and if you didn't learn it, you got a fucking lump hammer swinging by your head.
And what was the name of the business when he was doing it?
We were just kind of doing it after work.
You're just known for it?
Just known
The
for the
Fiberman.
fiberglass, yeah.
Yeah,
Is there any apprenticeship for fiberglass?
No.
nothing.
Look, you'll get to do marine repairs and that, boats, and you'll do the flat roofs in the fiberglass, but there is nobody actually teaching to do what I actually do, making the molds aspect or repairs, the right way to do it.
So what do, say, a young fella now who wants to get into fiberglass, like, say, you're not going to take a fella on now and pay him a proper wage, like what he probably needs to when it's not through
That's
an
it.
apprenticeship. Like, so what?
There is
How
no-
did they get into it?
Unless they can hang around the boatyard, we'll say, and work on a Saturday, get a couple of hours, and if they're lucky enough that they take them on, they can then see the process of it all on a bigger scale with boats, and then maybe replicate it into a smaller scale, doing the cars or fixing things, you know. But I tell you need a lot of patience for fiberglass.
Yeah.
It looks like something that I wouldn't go well with. Anyway.
When it goes wrong, and it can cost a good bit of money when things go wrong, you know.
Yeah.
But even watching your videos after we got the fifth wheel cover off you,
Yeah.
like when we got you that, is it a carbon fiber sticker or
I,
what would you call it?
It was the same depth, I suppose, as the carbon fibre sticker. I wanted that one because when you lay down gel coat on top of any adhesive stickers, it can actually distort it.
Yeah.
It'll heat.
That's what I mean. You didn't know until the end if it was going to work or not.
Exactly, yeah. So it was like trial and error, you know.
So it could have been a disaster
Oh,
and just threw in the bin.
We done a set of door cards for a Mark II Escort, and there was 3 panels with 3 different stickers where they all reacted. And it's very disheartening, you know, because you have to put the same amount of time into each part because your mould has to be perfect.
What would you be talking timescale? Like, what's? It's not an evening's work. It's
No, Jesus, like if you were to design a mould from start to finish, it could be a month, 2 months.
like that door card.
The door card, yeah, that's I'd say about 3 weeks.
Fuck.
You know,
And the likes of a little epoxy sticker can ruin the
oh,
whole.
they can mess up everything. And the thing, because the detail is so fine on the carbon fibre, the tiniest little flaw in the sticker,
Yeah.
it just everything else is scrap. You know, so it's
You sound like a lad that's had been let down a good bit.
oh, big time, lad. Jesus, I tell you, I learned from so many mistakes. But every now and then you'll be doing fiberglass and you'll get a reaction and you just say to yourself, cop on now, get back into the game.
Yeah.
You know, so it's money at the end of the day and we don't like losing money.
No.
And you were just saying there earlier that it's so expensive to get them molds made.
Yeah.
Yes, molds are expensive. A lot of people come to me and they'll say to me, I have a front bumper there. It's a Savage bumper. Will you take a mould off it? And I'm going, it's going to cost you €1,200-1,500 for a mould. And they're going, but sure, I don't need a mould. And I'm going, sure, either do I. You know,
Yeah.
the thing is,
We do need the mold to make what they need.
exactly. So the customer has to fork out for the mould. Now, if it's a popular part,
Yeah,
I'll
probably
say to
have.
myself, right, I'll work away, I'll cover the cost of the mould. But then there's the other end of it. I have to sell at least 10 parts out of that
to pay for the mold.
to pay for the mould.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you were touching in on truck bits there lately. You were saying,
Yeah. We've done the fifth wheel, and it's amazing the response with that, like
Yeah.
the fifth wheel.
Yeah.
They're so popular.
But it's unique now with the sticker like you did for ours.
Oh, geez,
That's
I
the
got-
first one you were saying is
that
done
was
the country?
first one, yeah. The amount of people that's
What's
after
the sticker you got done?
We just got the Cocoman name.
Was that him printed in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you do? Fill it in with colour?
No, we painted it.
I didn't see it. I didn't never seen it.
Oh, have you not?
No,
Yeah,
no.
like it
I
said.
remember the day you got it, and I just seen it imprinted in it, and I was like, "They're going to paint." I didn't see it painted.
We actually we painted it white, and then we put a sticker back in on top of it, and then we painted the whole thing blue, and we could take the sticker out then, and that's where it came out, and then we lacquered it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Long that take?
But it took
Actually,
about...
not long.
Yeah, the hardest part was actually laying the sticker.
Yeah, when we got in touch with you, like when you
Yeah.
put it up, someone let you down
That's
with
right.
a fifth wheel,
Yeah.
and then Ryan got ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that if the fifth wheel was made, you couldn't imprint the sticker on it.
Yeah.
So that one was actually gone.
Yeah.
And then I says, what was your man's name?
David.
David.
Yeah.
He says to me, is there any way of putting Cocoman in it? And I was like, jeez, no, I'd have to make a new mould. And the more I thought about it, I went, have I just got a sticker done in reverse? Because your mould is the reverse of what your finished piece is going to be. It's hard to get your head around. But,
No.
yeah, just think the opposite of the opposite.
Think backwards.
I always think backwards. Now I'm trying
Well, think front ways then
now
for
I'm trying
once.
to think backwards even more. I might think forward. Your mold, say that again.
Your mold is, is there anything there? It's, say,
Of course, there's nothing here.
so basically, it's the reverse of. Say,
Well, no, this.
yeah,
here.
There you go. Scania waiver. So say you wanted to take a mold off of that, right?
Yeah.
And your Scania is the right way, right?
Yeah.
Turn it that way to
So,
the camera.
which way? That way, is it?
Yeah.
Right? So basically, you're going to take your mold off of this. So now you have the opposite of this. Right? So this is known as your plug. Your mold is sitting over here. Then you make a part in this mold and you replicate.
Okay, one last time. These are small, but the ones out there are far away.
Exactly
Yes,
what
yes.
that is. So the biggest problem we had was to get the sticker in reverse and lay it down in the mold in reverse.
Double around.
So yeah, you have to put it down the wrong way so it comes out the right way.
Ah, yeah, I get it. Just don't say that to me at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
Put it down the wrong way to get out the right way. No, I get you. Because the writing, when you look at it from this angle, is right.
Yeah.
But you'd put it in the other way, upside down.
It's like, you know, the reverse cameras when you're doing the
Yeah.
recording.
Yeah.
Very same as that. Yeah.
But it came out good anyway, and it's been successful.
Delighted. Oh, just delighted with it.
What would be, back through all the years, what's your main product? Bikes.
My main product would be...
You are known for bikes now, because I know a
bikes,
few
yeah.
bikes.
Definitely would be bikes.
Yeah.
We do a serious amount of bodywork, road bodywork for the 85 to 88 slab side and the 88 to the 92 slingshot.
Explain what they are.
Yeah, I haven't a clue what you're on about.
Basically, a G6R 1100 or 750 motorbike. You can't get fairings for them anymore.
I think I heard Brendan Connolly on about this before.
Yeah. They're like, you will have original bikes with original fairings, but 30 odd years they're gone brittle and they break. You tip off them, they smash.
Oh, the weathering.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was on a forum one night on Facebook and I was looking for a seat cowl for an 85F. And BJ's a guy from Holland, Hans Dornbus, got on to me, and that man has a serious collection. And he literally just shipped me over all his original bodywork.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, big thanks to Ken Houlihan as well, because he gave me a lot of parts to mould as well.
Ken Houlihan, he the tester.
That's
Tullamore.
him, yeah,
He done
yeah,
my truck driving tests.
Yeah.
I didn't like him, but then when he handed me the sheet, I loved him. Everyone was warning
Oh, I
about him.
tell you, Ken will be straight down the lane.
Yeah, they're not. He actually, what happened to me in the test, and I'm not trying to say big head, but I got no marks, right? In my Arctic test.
nice one.
No, I'm not saying
dickhead.
Bit of a
But-
swat.
But I met a lad from Eaton Derry in you, and I waved at him.
Oh, shit.
And I go back to test center and he goes, oh, clean slate. I said, just delighted. Fucking delighted. He goes, but there's one thing wrong. I was like, what? You saluted someone in the traffic. I was like, is that a problem? Yeah, well, look, you can't be perfect like me. I was like, you fucking bollocks. So I had one mark again me.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And after I went outside and had to crack with him, but everyone warned you about him when you go over.
Oh,
Is he
that's
still
it.
at it?
He's still at
Is
it.
he?
And the thing about it is with Ken is, we, Sev and him were very good friends. But when he's a tester, he's a tester.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a shit who you are. He's testing
Yeah.
the driver of the day. And that's the best about it. You have to. You
Yeah.
have to do it.
No, he's right too. But like, is he's into bikes?
He's big into the bikes.
Yeah.
He builds a lot of bikes, yeah.
And he's Tullamore man as well.
Told him, he's in Portlaoise, I think, at the minute now, yeah.
Yeah, he's testing a long time.
Yeah. He's
I'd say 20 years, is he?
a long time at it. Yeah.
This is, what's it, 13, 14 years I done my car and he done it.
Fucking hell.
And then sure, I don't know when my truck was, but he's still there. And I hear his name the whole time everyone's on about Ken Houlihan.
Yeah.
Ken Houlihan, watch him.
Oh, sounds skin, all right.
Yeah. And what's the story now? Like, you're going to continue on Fiberglass and
Oh,
this?
yeah, fiberglass till I can fiberglass no more.
Yeah.
But you get more into truck parts?
Yeah, we're going to go down the road of truck parts. We're going to see, can we do a few splitters, maybe the eyebrows for the lights,
Side skirts.
wind visors, side skirts. You know, I'm always open to new things, different ideas. Lads come with one-offs to want them done, and you know, it's just
You need a finished product first, though, to get the mould,
yeah. I tell you,
realistically.
it cuts down the serious amount of time, and the less time I'm working on something, the
Cheaper
less
you can make it,
expensive
kind of,
it is
yeah.
for the customer. You know,
Quicker turnover.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, I've different companies coming to me and they say, well, we need you to produce 20 or 30 of them. That's grand. That's no bother, you know. But then you have individual people that come and you're going, I can't just charge that amount. Just
Yeah, because I was over there and a race car came in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's out the door, gone. Good luck.
Yeah, like that was an individual kind of thing you were doing.
That was just in as a repair. Now, since that, when he picked it up, he asked me, there's a good lot of them that race the same bodywork, and they were just inquiring, would I be interested in replicating the bodywork for them?
Okay.
So now the only thing is, you have to change it 10 to 15% because you can't be done for copyright.
Okay.
That's a whole.
What do you mean change? Like different
change-
corners, different
angle.
Yeah,
shapes?
change different angle, make the duct a little bit bigger, a bit smaller. Because the way they actually test it is, they would get me to make a part out of my mould, and if it goes directly into their mould, I copy theirs. But
Right.
if it doesn't fit in their mould,
Your happy days.
happy days.
Yeah, it's a completely different product.
Yeah, I've changed parts 10-15%, and you wouldn't even know. that
Yeah.
it changed. Yeah.
But say if someone now was to give you, say this for instance, a side skirt, how long would it take you to make the mold off the side skirt?
If I literally just had to work on the side skirt, by a week and a half, we'd have that ready to go. Now, the only thing is...
You'd have a side skirt ready to go or the mould
the mould would be ready to go.
in a week and a half.
Lately, I like leaving my molds sit for about maybe 14 days.
Before you use it.
Yeah, I'll pop the part and I'll put the part back into the mold and I'll leave it sit there. Because everything takes time to cure.
Rest
and
periods.
Your molds are the most important thing. If your molds are not right, the part's not right. So you spend as much time as you can on your molds.
Which is very tedious sounding work. Like it's.
Oh, it's
Satisfactory but tedious.
Oh yeah, big time. When you, as I say, raw product, and then you put it together, and it's the shape, and then the best part is everybody fucking wants it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? You're kind of going, wow, there's Latin America that wants that, and then there's, and like I'm in the arsehole enough for.
And like, you don't have a website or anything, do you? Or
It's up there.
Him and technology, remember he said.
but do you have a website for people to get in touch with you?
Oh, that's all I have it there for. I have a few pictures up. There was a guy, James Gingy, came over, set up the website for me. He says, you just add all the pictures in, and I'm going, yeah, no bother. I put in about 10 pictures, and I just put up the email, and I went, that'll do.
And that's the only thing you've done.
That's the only thing I've done.
Jeez,
I'm afraid of technology.
You're afraid of it.
Yeah, people look at me and think I'm a wizard on this fucking TikTok. Go, I haven't a fucking clue.
Press the
doing
red
all right.
button
I'm
and,
winging it.
and you're saying we there. Have you lads working for you?
No, just myself and my wife. She does the fiberglass.
Does she? Yeah.
Yeah.
In the shed.
In the oh yeah, she be. Women are actually better at fiberglass than men. It's
Yeah.
a known fact.
It's a
Why is
tedious
that?
job.
Better finishing. They're more meticulous finish. Whereas a fella will just get to a certain point and go, that'll do.
Yeah. It's in every man, isn't it?
There's a lot of sanding and
In the strimming of the parts, yeah. Now, when I'm making my molds, it's 99.9% of the original part, because you can't be done for copyright on an original part, like an ABS part, we'll say, right? So it's the strimming end of it and the sanding, we'll say. It's now we always want a ventilator mask. I cannot say that enough to people, but yeah, you do an awful lot of strimming and sanding on it. You don't want to be sanding the parts because you want to keep that shape the way it should be coming out of the factory.
Yeah.
You know, you should be able to just take it out of the box, walk over to your bike, bolt it on, and go, happy days, send it for paint.
yeah.
It just takes the worry out of buying something,
Yeah.
you know, that type of work.
Yeah.
And what would you class now the best piece you've ever worked on?
The best piece I've ever worked on,
Or the one that sticks out in your head the most?
Formula 1000 race bodywork. It's for a very good friend of mine. It literally came plywood, plaster, fillers, designed from the ground up. Your cockpit, your wings at the side, your wings at the back.
It's a Formula 1 car.
It's a mini Formula 1 car. It's running...
Maybe Mandela.
They do, yeah.
Seen them. Seen them.
It runs a K1000 or K8 or K7, K8 1000cc engine in it. It's a wicked fast joke. But to see that in the shed, the way it was built up, and I do laugh every now and then because my two boys, they were only very young at the time, and it was actually coming up to Christmas, and they were up in the shed with me, heating up the mauler with their hands. It was that fucking cold.
No way.
They were heating the mauler for me so I could put it in on my join line of my mould.
Yeah.
And I'd laugh at it every now and then. But to be sitting in Mondello and see the shock racing around, you're just going, I made that.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's some buzz.
Yeah.
It's
That
some
will be class.
buzz.
Now, you said two boys there. You've two young lads.
Two young lads, yeah.
Are they into it?
No. No interest. When they were
Well,
younger.
if my outlet had me out in the shed heating up with them all years ago, I'd be like,
When they were younger, they were mad to come up. Like, they know how to do the fiberglass, but I think they just got sick of it. Because I'm not the easiest man to work with.
I'm going to say, yeah. Would you trust them?
I get very hard to trust people to do a job. I have to check it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I constantly have to check it.
but that's the nature of that job.
I tell you what it is. No matter who works on the piece, when it's boxed and shipped, it's my name that's on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if there's anything wrong with it, I'm the one that's
And in that line, I always say you're only as good as your last job.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
That you are really only good as your
Yeah,
last job and that
yeah.
kind of thing. You see, you've saw there's Mrs. 2 kids.
2 kids, yeah.
How long-
A dog,
married?
a dog and a cat.
Are you married, yeah?
I am indeed, yeah. 24 years married, 25 next year anniversary.
What day?
Wow.
Do you remember what date?
12th of July.
Jeez,
It's
he
very
remembers.
easy.
He remembers.
It's an easy one to remember.
12th
Think
of
about
July,
it.
yeah. You picked that
Think there for
well.
a second. Oh, yeah.
You picked that well. And is she still out in the shed? Big time.
Oh yeah, she'd be out every morning. We'd be making together. She'd be making away. I'd be trimming stuff or whatever.
Stop.
Yeah.
How many parts a week are you putting out?
Oh Jesus Christ! You could put out 3 or 4 sets of fairings. Could be 2 or 3 repair jobs. Depends. Then you could get big orders in. Like we could get an order in for tractor roofs there. There could be 10 in it. So it'll take you like 4 days to complete one roof.
Yeah.
You know, so plus you're trying to do it while bringing, like the online orders are mental. It's 6 to 8 weeks from time of order. When I started,
Really?
Oh yeah. When I started first, it was 2 to 3 weeks, and you're going, that's grand, that's grand. Next thing you're going, the orders are coming in more and more and more. So you had to extend the time, and I was like 4 to 5 weeks. And I'm going, who's going to wait 4 or 5 weeks? And then I was like, no, it has to be 6 to 8. I said, if you don't want it, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to sound cocky like
Yeah.
that.
But you have to.
But I have to.
For a
because
business point of view.
it looks very bad if I said to you, I'll have your part in 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks come by and you go, Jay, is that ready? It'll be another 2 weeks. You
But
know,
what kind of business are you
yeah.
running?
exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas if you know from the start, but I often find...
You allow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if I am running behind on certain products on the 6 to 8 weeks, say we're just coming up on the 8th week, before that 8th week is out, I will actually contact the customer and I will say, running a bit behind on schedule, yours will be out the following week. Sorry about that. Means the world to them.
Yeah, it does.
Because they
A simple
know-
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
simple
didn't
thing.
forget them.
Yeah.
You know, so...
I've often got bits done there and would you not just tell me?
Yeah. Let me
Yeah,
know. Is it going to be 3
100%.
months, 6 months? I'll
There's,
wait.
there's not more than let down and thinking something's going to be ready on a certain day. and
Oh,
you're just
jeez, yeah.
And I got to the stage now, and Emma always said to me, she goes, is it ready? No, it's not ready. Why aren't you take? I was half expecting that ready, you know. Because I'm at been let down so many times, just like, if it's ready, it's ready. If it's not, it's not. Like, I have a car gone for spraying there now, and I heard here last
Oh, it's
weekend.
finally gone for spraying.
Well, it's gone 2 months. And I heard here last week in the pub.
It was a year ago. It was a year ago. You were talking to him.
Yeah.
I was with you, and you asked about spraying it.
Who was that? I've asked a lot of lads to spray this car now.
Well, you said it was the best fella around to spray a car.
Out in Clonard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went February.
We're at. Was at a family funeral of his that we were at. We met him in Dangan.
Oh, no. Jarlath. No, Jarlath Ennis.
Oh, sure, yeah.
No, Jarlath was too busy.
He's out the door, lad.
But that's another.
Yeah.
Like Emma, she often got bits done in cars with him, and she often said, she goes, "You want something to Jarlath? You allow for a month maybe for him to get it started, and then when he gets it done, but
Yeah.
top class
Oh,
work.
top class, yeah.
There's never a return with Jarlath, I don't think.
I do find that myself, even with jobs though. Certain jobs come in that repair and you go, lovely, I'll get sorted. And then you walk up and you look at it and you go, no, I can't even get my head around it.
Yeah.
So then it just kind of gets pushed to one side, and it's very hard then to get your head around
To go
doing
back
it,
at.
to go back at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain that now with the lino this
The
week on the
lino.
roof.
That has been a mental one. The amount of messages I'm getting about that. The whole concept of it, they're for drift cars,
Yeah.
right? So the boys cut a square on the top of the roof, something
Yeah.
to do with fitting the roll cage, right? So they wanted a skin med that's going to sit down to hide the fucking big hole in the roof, right? And if I was to take a mold off the exact shape that's there, again, the same as the Scania sign, and I take one out of that mold, it's exactly the same as what's there, so it won't fit down over it. So I need to make a spacer of about 2-3 mil to allow for the thickness of the fiberglass. You with me?
Okay.
I kind of,
Yeah.
Right, so the right way of going, there's a right way and a wrong way, but the right way of going about it is to coat the roof in 3 layers of fiberglass, sand it, fill it, sand it to the perfect shape. That takes a lot of time, right? So I'm always looking for not easier options, but less time consuming options.
I like the way that you ask people actually online for advice.
Oh yeah, it is, yeah.
How to make it
Well, I've always
easier.
been under the concept that if I don't know, ask.
Yeah.
All someone can say is no.
Never such a thing as a stupid question. It's,
That's the truth, yeah.
Yeah, you've always said that, now, to be fair, yeah.
And is there any other fella in the country at the same gig?
There probably is, like, as I was saying,
But do you know of anyone? Like, you're not that you're in competition, but do you know of anyone to say?
I don't offhand now, to be honest
Well,
with
I
you.
don't, and I've seen you on TikTok, and I've always like fiberglass, jeez. And I've seen products you've done. I'm just like, that's where I've seen you first was
Like,
TikTok.
I've lads coming from Cork, I've lads coming from Belfast, Donegal, all over the country. Even I've lads from
But
the
yeah,
UK.
like
sending
me there for
stuff.
the side skirts I had to buy for my lorry. I had to go to the north to get them.
Yeah.
He was the only person doing them.
But you could have went into Tullamore and got them off him.
Oh, but now we know that. now.
How do you feel now?
He doesn't have the mould yet.
He's could have moulded together.
Oh, we could have now,
Now
but
he's
at
could be
least now we
selling a
know.
heap of Volvo side skirts.
Yeah, we could have.
But is it
God.
that's kind of what you want to get into as well, truck bits?
Oh yeah, look, I like to dip my toe in every angle.
Yeah.
You know, I've tried everything in life, and I just want to make as many parts as I can. You know, and just say, I done that, I done this, I done that.
Connor Jennings helped you there with the
big
fifth
time.
wheel.
Only for Connor and Noel there. Fair play to them.
Two lovely people.
You cannot, like, where can you go in and say to a lad, I'm thinking of doing a fifth wheel cover. Stay where you are there, Jay, there's a fifth wheel, bring it with you.
Yeah.
Like, who the jazz does that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
So he gave you that new med, the mould.
He gave me that one, the forged fifth wheel, because there's the pressed fifth wheel and there's the forged fifth wheel. And he actually even gave me a pressed one. I
Yeah.
brought that one back in. He says, here, bring the pressed one with you whenever you get a chance to do one of them. And that was there for months, lad. Do you know what I mean? And he never rang me to say, Jay, what's the story with that?
Yeah.
Whenever it's done. Do you
Yeah.
know? And come in there, walk through the garage there, take as many measurements as you like. Don't worry, don't even tell anybody. Just
Do
you
your thing.
know, that's amazing. Like,
Yeah, to be welcomed like that. And that's
big time.
it's
Big
the nature
time,
of
yeah.
them. Yeah, they're more than welcome. But. And just I have so many ideas I'd love to give you for a truck.
Stop, lad.
Yeah.
When I'm lying on the pillow at night, the amount of fucking ideas run through.
Yeah.
my
You even
head.
said the eyelids for headlights,
Oh, yeah.
deep visors.
Yeah,
There's so many
kits.
options.
But wind kits.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, wing kits, yeah.
yeah.
The Volvo, that one I used to drive for Jimmy.
Yeah.
No, I didn't break it.
So you say anyway.
No, I didn't break it. I left them for a few months and came back and it was gone. The top section of the
Yeah,
back.
I
wind
remember,
kit.
yeah.
And you could not get one. Every breaker's rang.
Yeah.
It's the most common part because it's the hedge.
Yes.
And they're all either damaged, brackets broke, wouldn't sell it to you then. So the likes of yourself there,
Oh, yeah.
if you're going into making them and you had them in stock, you'd be just like, Jay, if you want to need them, yeah.
That's
Right.
it. And people love that.
Yeah. But that'd be the thing now for the brackets.
The brackets, yeah. Now, we do have a company that does brackets for us over in Moat. Now, they're only mini brackets for a Triumph Rocket 3 belly pan. But, like, they're laser cut.
What
Oh,
did
so
he
if
say
you
there?
just got one bracket once, they could do it
That
for you.
type of steak,
Oh,
he
yeah.
said, or something, no? A try a rocket tree.
Sorry,
what?
a Triumph Rocket 3. It's a,
A belly pan.
I think it was a 2.3 litre motorcycle.
Right.
So it's a rocket of a yoke.
And it sounds fast, anyway.
We're after getting a video from Dunne here.
What's that?
I don't know.
Drinking a pint, I betcha.
Can we put this up on the screen? Will we go? Which camera will we go
I
to?
can stick it in the edit as well.
Why not?
Well, Paul, unfortunately, I can't be there. I'm only finished. I'm only here in the park bar having a creamy pint. One thing I want to ask Jason was his tattoos. I love his tattoo on his head. I think it's fucking class. Just wanted to know, was that fucking sore? Because I got one here, look. That's as close I got to my head. And I'm not joking. That vibrated my head. I think the tattoos are class. Fair play to him. Just want to know, what is it like? What is the experience? And it's a fairly big tattoo he has. It's absolutely class. Ask him there. I think it's a savage piece of art. Was it sore? What is the pain getting a tattoo on the head?
Yeah.
Now, Jason.
I fell asleep on the table.
Oh,
Hardly. On your head.
Stop.
Swear to God, I had the neck done, and I wanted to join in across, and it took me a good friend of mine, Danny Bullman, done my neck for me, and I was trying to find a tattoo artist because I'm very particular.
Yeah.
It's there for life, so if it's wrong, it looks a fucking devil. But I found Illusion Tattoo in Tullamore. They actually had done my son's forearm, and I went, yeah, she's going to do my tattoo. And she started in on the side of the head, and I'm lying there and I'm going, just that's not half bad. Yeah. And there was nice music playing in the background. And next thing, she's going, Jay. And I go, huh? Are you okay? Yeah. I fell asleep. I went, oh, sorry. I didn't.
And was it finished?
No. I think it was 7 hours. Because she just wanted to do one side,
Yeah.
and I said, no, hope. I said, you're doing both sides. I said,
In the one session?
in the one day. I says, I don't be wanting to come back. I just do it and.
I should have paid the price for it.
Oh yeah. So, jeez, I can't wait to get more in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, a friend of mine got saying kind of around the back of the head, and he said it was fucking lethal sore.
Yeah.
See, I come up as far as here.
Yeah.
I was, because got to the vibe in my neck.
I didn't mind them up there. Because I go up there
No,
in the
I thought-
collarbone that as well. I didn't mind them.
Beside me tea as well. I thought the flabby
No,
part.
I found like I've all my chest and my back and all done, but the hardest part I found was my elbow. Right,
Yeah.
Really?
right in the elbow, yeah, because you can't hold your arm; it keeps going forward.
Yeah.
The needle's hitting off the bone.
I have
Third
it there,
class tattoos,
up at the
huh?
back of, say, my knee. That was fucking torture.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
It goes to a certain point there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'd say at the top of my neck, and that was quite sore actually there. The very top of the neck.
Yeah. No, I have a serious high threshold of pain.
Yeah. Did you get numbing cream?
Oh God, no.
Did you not?
No, I never got
no.
numbing
That's
cream either.
cheating. That's cheating. You can't be doing things
Maybe
like
I
that.
did once.
Oh God, no.
I never
no.
got a tattoo in Ireland though. They were all in Belgium.
And good,
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, the first one I got in Belgium, this one here, a girl from Cork did it.
like Belgium.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah, a girl from Cork.
Take
Oh,
him to
I
find a
never-
tattoo art from Cork in Belgium.
Did? Yeah.
No, and what are the tattoos?
Celtic Viking, we say the wolves.
Right.
So this is Odin, we say under me.
Savage.
In here.
yeah.
Lord.
I do call him Bob Ross with the beard.
That's actually deadly. I didn't even just lift it again. Look at that.
That is unreal.
And does that just stop there at your shirt line or does down on your chest?
Yeah, just there.
That's unreal. Who done that tattoo?
Danny Bullman.
Danny Bull. Does Rhino Rocks have a friend called Billy Bullman?
Billy,
There's no even flaw.
they're the original Limerick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Bullmans would be a good name down there, all right.
That's
yeah.
when I heard it. I thought it was only a skit. There actually is a second name Bullman.
Yeah,
Billy Bullman.
honest to God, yeah.
So that what's his name?
Danny Bullman.
Where's he a tattoo
He's
artist?
actually living in Vienna at the minute.
All right,
He
you went
moved
far
out.
enough on you.
He moved out of the country, I don't know how many years ago, but he rang me and he says, I'll be in the country in a week's time, he says. Is it alright if I keep in yours? I says, yeah, no bother at all. And I says, while you're here, I says, you'll be tattooing me. So I wanted him to tattoo my two boys. My father had got tattooed off him, and I got my first tattoo off Danny.
nice.
So there's two generations. So I said to Danny, I want you to give my two boys their first tattoo. So it's three generations.
class.
You know?
Yeah.
So the two boys actually got two Viking symbols here, the same tattoo on the same night.
Savage.
And then I got the neck done. And I just want to keep adding to it.
What's the neck like?
The neck, surprisingly, I thought that was going to be a killer. Because I put it off for so many years.
Yeah.
I literally put it
Yeah.
off.
I think
And
they're a little.
Adam Apple now, you'd imagine.
not a
would be
bit of
sore.
bother there.
No?
Adam Apple never felt a bit. Well, I won't say I never felt a bit of it, but it's very bearable. Just past it, either side, yeah.
Yeah, the veins
very
there, yeah.
stingy, very stingy. And then just up in around there is a good bit stingy there.
Yeah.
But again, when I feel pain or anything like that, I start counting to myself.
What do you count?
It distracts me. I just count away in my head there.
It's like counting sheep.
Yeah, just 1, 2, or I start tapping, and it just takes the pain. Just
Yeah. See,
weird.
maybe that's where he fucked up. I was concentrating on the.
If you think about
Yeah.
it, if you think it's going to be sore, it's going to be sore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I found the longer tat. I was 7. I think the longest one.
You were
was
a long
7.
day out with that one.
All day, and that night, like I was roaring at her. Stop.
yeah. And were you drinking plenty of water during the day?
No.
No, we went for pints after, so we did.
That's the worst thing you can do.
I met you. We went for pints.
And I think I was drinking night before.
Yeah.
Because they're warm me.
Yeah,
Bleed
that
like a
ball's
pig.
coming out through you, so it is.
Don has sent in another question.
Yeah.
Another question as well, if I was there, unfortunately I'm not, and my apologies as well to Jason that I couldn't, but just work didn't go my way today. Is it a very unhealthy environment all the time? Do you really have to be properly masked up? Would you still find, no matter how much you have good proper masks and stuff, is it a very unhealthy environment?
Especially when you're strimming the parts. That is the most dangerous part.
And trimming is?
Sorry, I said strimming, I forget. Using an angle
That's like
grinder.
a hedge.
Yeah, strimming your hedge. An angle grinder, 4-inch angle grinder.
Cutting the car, cutting the...
Cutting the fiberglass, following the lines of the fair.
And you take the guards off.
Always. Yeah. No matter, a 9-inch grinder, the guard stays on. 4-inch, 4.5-inch, whatever, guards come off. Cannot use a 4-inch grinder strimming out fiberglass pieces.
Because you keep an eye on it.
You have to be able to see the lines.
Yeah.
It's grand when you're going in a straight line, but you're on the inside of a fair and you're coming back around on the ears, back down to the panels.
Yeah.
I don't care. I put a challenge up to people actually. They can come to my shed, put a guard on the grinder and strim apart, see how they go on.
You did say about people coming to your shed.
I did, yeah.
And did anyone come?
5 lads turned up.
Really?
It was great. Just a nice amount, you know.
Yeah.
With a great buzz, yeah.
What, you done like a day thing of...
Kind of questions and answers type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Cool.
interesting now.
Is there any technology coming up for the likes of that cutting and shaving bits?
Yeah, well, you can have your big CNC setups, like, and your big routers. And
Yeah.
I suppose CNC is an overgrown.
And would you trust...
I wouldn't trust myself to find the proper things to do it.
No, but would you trust a machine? Like, I know you're old school, but...
No.
You'll never go that direction, so.
No, like you can get your 3D printers for making molds and things like that, but I know it's pinpoint precision. But I just prefer doing things the old way.
Yeah.
You know, like
But is there machines coming that can make fiberglass products? I don't know. Even you're on about 3D printers and stuff.
There's a lot of tractor bonnets that's made. They're like an injection mold in a sense. You have plastic, fiberglass plastic, so they're all squashed together. Like, but them molds will be hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
You know. You won't be buying one of them.
Well, I know a few lads that clipped loading shovels. You know the bonnets on the back.
Oh yeah.
Mega bucks.
Serious.
Mega bucks. Yeah,
Mental.
yeah. I'm going to take a stab. I think over 300,000 for a bonnet.
Fuck.
It's serious.
Because they're electric open. You hit a button.
And you don't have a big shed either.
No.
It's half the size of the shed out here. Like
24 by 32. That's, yeah. I tell you, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheds. 6 in total. 5 of them are full of molds.
really.
store like.
The storage is unbelievable.
So the working shed is only a small part of it, really.
Yeah.
Well, a mold isn't thing you could just drop on a shelf. It has
That's
to
it.
be
You have to.
locked away. Can
Oh
you
no, but the shed he's in now is full.
Yeah.
The shed I was in is full. It's fucking full of stuff everywhere.
We're working in a corner.
Yeah, no, there's fuck all empty space.
on your TikToks, it does look like that, but it's...
Oh no, it's worse than you think.
Yeah.
It's
It's
worse.
the amount of people that come in and go, jeez, I thought the shed was bigger.
It's small and it's full.
Yeah. Cheers, it's good to see it. I like looking at the videos now, and it baffles me how, as you say, it's in a book or 1 minute, it's in a
And then
product.
you're making a raw product into it.
We should actually go over one day when you're doing a mold or something and actually do a bit of video and actually watch it.
would be cool,
and see
yeah.
how you do it. And
Yeah.
The only thing with fiberglass, it's not a 5 minutes, so it'd be a long video.
I'm sure we don't mind.
John might go over there. Or,
Yeah. No, we can set up the GoPro.
Like, I've no bother. Like, that's
Monsters is only down the road. We could go for a couple of pints and come back to the next
Happy
pint.
days, yeah. There it is, drive-bys. Good to go.
and do you plan on expanding?
I
I said if the young lads were in it, it's probably would have, would you?
If the young lads, yeah, if they were interested, happy days, no bother, go forward. But I'm as busy as I want to be in a sense.
You
Don't
don't
be
want
a
to
lot more sound, you.
I could be running around like a headless chicken. I've done it. Like, my minimum is a 12-hour day. 12-hour minimum, that's why I work. So anything after that is a bonus, you know?
Yeah.
I sneak up to the shed on a Sunday morning if I get away with it.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. It's just myself and Carmel at the minute. We can come and go. If she gets a phone call, she has to go over to her mother or go anywhere she can go. If I get a phone call. Now, the only thing is, when I'm making fiberglass, I can't go anywhere.
I say you don't even answer the phone, do you?
I don't even answer the phone. And the amount of people say, I rang you 4 times. And I'm going, sure, I couldn't answer the phone.
Yeah.
Do you know, you've a few pounds worth here in a pot and you've brushes and everything. I'm not going to waste that just to answer a phone call.
Yeah.
And my concept is
For a waste of phone call, maybe.
that's it. Leave a message. I will get back to you.
I'm sure if you talk to John now, he could set up like a voicemail for you. I'm at Fiberglass, fuck off. Ring me in 2 or 3 hours.
That's actually, I'm going to change my thing to that.
Turn off your phone when you're doing something.
That's a good one.
I'm in the middle of Fiberglass and go fuck yourself.
I like that.
But, oh, jeez, I had a question that's going on in my head. I'm like Dunne now.
Teammate Bobby.
No, yes, it was a good one. Lord, jeez, come back to me now.
I
can't remember.
That happened to me. It was too many good nights in the Isle of Man.
No, something about expanding.
Oh, are you going to the Isle of Man?
I was supposed to go last year to the TT. Not planning this year now, but it's not the same. Like we used to go back in 97, 98, 99. I lived over there for 2 years, so I did.
In the Isle of Man?
Yeah, some spot boys. Like,
Yeah?
I've been
Do you know
trying to get
Kevin
tickets. Well, not trying to get tickets. We're trying to go the last 2 years, but sure, I just don't know when is the right time to book. I've heard lads, after February, end of February, and then you might get people that can't go. You might be looking to get tickets.
Yeah,
I'd love to go, and the woman, loved to go. She
to do the TT racing, is it?
Love to look at, just go view like.
Oh, gotcha.
But Kevin Keys that we had on, do you hear that podcast?
No.
What do you mean you didn't hear it?
Because I didn't fucking
What
listen
do you
to
not
it.
listen to? No, I'm too busy Fiberglass.
I couldn't answer the phone.
No, do you know Kevin?
Kevin Keys, yeah.
We had him on for a podcast when this all started, and great podcast with him. And sure, he started over there last year. He was TT wrestling.
Savage.
He'd made his debut last year. It wasn't too long after he come home. We had him on.
Yeah.
And he's back again this year. You announced last week.
Yeah.
Nice one. It's some buzz. Like I remember years ago at Mad Sunday when it was actually Mad Sunday.
What, on the weekend of TT
On the
wrestling?
weekend, yeah, it was the sun. Oh, crazy, boys, crazy.
I've heard stories of Paul
They're true,
Klein
they're
and all
true.
them. Yeah. Garrett, there was a friend of mine, the lad that rang there earlier, actually, Gary Ryan. He said he went over. It could have been the late 90s, I think. I remember he said it, and he goes, it was the best weekend he's ever had.
Unbelievable.
He was camping, and
Yeah.
he just said, you wake up, could be any hour of the night, and there's just bikes up and
Everywhere.
down the road.
Lads burning out wheels, and the police over there are so nice.
Yeah.
Do you know, they're just, they go with the flow, you know. Oh,
But it's mental.
mental.
The TT wrestling is the maddest thing I've ever seen in the world.
It's, as one it was McGuinness, it's the most selfish sport that's
yeah.
out there. Because you only think to yourself when you're, naturally, you don't want to be thinking of anything else.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But it's mental.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Boys, I remember the first race we went to see, and there was my father. There was Axel. There was Kevin Wilson. The guy's in America now, and it was his first time to actually go to the TT. And we were just about halfway up on Bray Hill, and we could hear this bike coming like the clappers, boys. And we were just waiting. We were just watching for Kevin's reaction, and this bike just went boom. And you could see the adrenaline rush just straight into his eyes, and he was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" You know, and we're there. Yep, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
It's they're just.
No, I will.
amazing.
I'll have to go to say, Jesus.
Some buzz lad.
Yeah.
And
Keith
the
is going, I'll be
sidecar.
sure.
Is he?
Yeah.
I actually know 2 fellas from, not going to say their names, they're fairly local to here. They bought a dinghy. And
Happy days.
What?
Proper order.
yeah, him and his father, a few people know what I'm on about.
Yeah.
But they bought a dinghy and they got 2 jet skis one year as well, I think. And straight across the island.
off.
Yeah.
Tell me after.
I don't know the full details, but I know they done it.
Does the same fella ride a bike himself?
Yeah, yeah.
I know.
That's the right way to do it, boys.
Yeah. No,
Another question come in there now for you, Jason. If you won the lotto, would you stay doing the fiberglass or give it up?
I'd stay doing the Fiberglass.
Would it change it at all?
Nope.
you just go buy every mould under the sun.
If I won the lotto, I would build a massive shed, 2-story. I would fill it with all the bikes I ever wanted and with all the cars I ever wanted. And I'd work away happy out.
In one corner.
Yeah? In one corner.
Yeah. I got my question back.
Yes.
What's the worst fuck up you ever made?
Oh, GT Global rear section.
Jeez, you had it off like that. You didn't have to think about
I'm
it.
telling
This
you,
must have been
It's
bad.
haunted you.
This did haunt me. Came to me, it was a plug that was brought to me.
Plug?
A plug is basically a part you're going to take a mould off.
Oh, you said it
Catch
earlier.
on.
on. Yeah.
So that's going to be your plug for all the world. So it was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-piece mold. So your front section, back section, your wheel arches, and then your top section.
Yeah.
So we done all the preparation the same as we always do it. We put on our return edges, we wax it, we PVA it, gel coat it, make the mold. Right? It's made. Let's start stripping the mold. Lovely. Front piece comes off, back piece comes off, arches come off. Let's get the main section off. It's not budging. The hell is going on here? So then you kind of half panic because you don't know what way it's going to turn out. Every time is like a fucking, But I'm there, right? Let me get power hose. PVA breaks down with water. Put in a bit of water, break down the PVA. It'll surely come away. Nope. No joy. I literally had to sit for a week and a half with a chisel and take each piece of the plug out without trying to damage the mold. And we got there, but that sticks in my head. So when I'm doing a mold and I have 4 or 5 layers of PVA on it, and I go, that'll do, I go, no, let's just take one more on it, just to be sure.
Yeah, see, bro,
Is
that's
PVA like a barrier between the original and the mold?
So
That'll break down easy.
So you have your wax, your Maguire's mirror glaze wax. Basically, any part that you look at is porous. If you're looking under the microscope, you'll see tiny little holes. So the wax seals all that, right? And then I'll come along and I'll put a PVA. It'll build it up. You can get a matte PVA, you can get a gloss PVA. Doesn't really matter because you're going to buff and polish your molds anyway. But that's just a complete protective film over the whole thing. And then you gel coat it, resin, matting. And then, like it says, if you could drop it into a tub of water, it 9 times out of 10 comes away. But there's always that one time.
So that's your biggest fuck up. What's your most famous piece? Is there one that might be out in the public somewhere that everyone sees or anything like that?
The one that sticks in my head is basically an RKC unit I literally designed from scratch. I seen an opening. There's an 8990 slingshot. It's an RK. It's an RRRK.
This is a bike now.
Motorbike, sorry. And the seat unit that's on it, the fairings that's on it, they're fabulous. Everybody wants them. But if you put an RK seat unit on an ordinary slingshot frame, it just doesn't sit right. So I said, I'm going to design an RK seat unit that's going to be plug and play for 87 to 92. about 2.5 months later, seat unit's ready, right? Put it up, about 6 of them sold in the one day, and the first one that went out went to, there's a guy in Guernsey, James, I can't think of the man's name now, but about a week later I seen this post coming up on Facebook, so disappointed in Jason Fiberman with his RK seat unit. My heart sank. I went, what the fuck is going on here? Went into the post. I had took Saturday off to fit this seat unit. I had it fitted in 15 minutes and I had to sit in the shed for the rest of the day. He just plug and play straight on. No, right. He had expected to spend the day fitting this seat unit, but like we supply the brackets, the seat bases, even the seat.
What was his problem?
He didn't have the problem. He was saying he was so disappointed because he took the day off to do it.
Oh, Jesus, right.
But he had it done in 15 minutes.
Fuck's sake, what's wrong here? I'm a fucking dickhead.
But my heart just sank. I texted him back and said, you should have had it done in 10. But that literally boosted the sales of that as well, But,
oh, jeez, I was thinking the real opposite there now.
Yeah. Now,
that's what went through my head. I was like, oh my God, I'm ruined. Because you're like a goalkeeper. You're a great lad till you lay in a goal.
Yeah.
So. And
roughly, how much, not going to say how much you profit, but how much did you sell that piece for?
That piece is €198 plus shipping. And that could be basically, I don't know, 25, 30 euro to such part in the world, or it could be €40 Australia. New Zealand's the dearest.
Is it?
Oh, it is unreal.
And what did it cost you to make?
The cost of making, we'll say, an RKC unit, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 pieces in it. You're You're making a nice bit of profit.
Oh, good answer. Good answer.
As the lad says, I'm not hitting for the work.
Yeah, but
Hey, he might be done more, but he's not slow.
but like we said, you need to make that profit because the mold costs so much.
If you're not making money at doing what you're
I'm
doing.
just adding up. He sold 6 in one day. That's
But there's 300 pieces taken out of that one mould.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so it's profitable. Like,
Oh, yeah.
but say when you start off, say like the fifth wheel, you do the mold, you don't know how it's going to actually work.
I had an idea. I seen a yoke actually on the back of Scobie Connolly's fucking lorry, and I went, "Where'd you get that?" Meda. And I went, "Oh, I could do them in fiberglass." And every night.
What was that?
Is the cover, the fifth wheel cover?
Oh,
was
he
that?
has on the back of the
Yeah, I
Kenworth,
think he's
yeah.
a metal one on it or something, is it?
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's the fifth wheel going off the Peterbilt.
Yeah, and the Kenworth.
Yeah, the Kenworth, yeah.
The black lorry. Whatever
Yeah,
it
the
was,
Kenworth, yeah.
There's 2 black lorries.
They're all fucking black.
With the big bonnet.
But every goddamn night I'd be lying in bed and I'm always thinking of shapes. I'm always thinking of the next best thing, what people want, what they're looking for. Make life easy, you know, that type of way. And I just couldn't get this fifth wheel out of my head. And that's when I went into Connor and Well, like. And I said, bring the fifth wheel, work away. And I went, yeah, we have a template now we can go with. But when I'm designing something, it has to be 100%. Because if it doesn't fit right, I'm annoyed. You can imagine how a customer's going to be. He's
Yeah.
after waiting a couple of weeks for this yoke. He's all excited. He goes to put it on the lorry. It doesn't fit. That's bad.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
Yeah. And how many fifth wheel covers have you gone through? Or
it's just about 15 or 20 the Ficker's gone now.
Since you did our one.
No, there's about 7 orders in for your one. Or after your one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone's listening, and they
Okay.
need a fifth wheel cover.
Hop it in here. But the best about it is, again, it's plug and play.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have any bother fitting your
Nope.
brackets?
100%. Well, I don't know. We give it to the mechanic. He did it.
Takes the hardship out of it.
He didn't complain, so it must have been all right.
There you go.
I
It's
keep,
like-
I keep
But like as you
complain.
said, yeah. But you have the thing inside it, so they have to just cut it to make sure that it fits underneath.
correct. Yeah.
So that's all they have to do. Like it's
Yeah.
there for them.
And that, even leaving that bracket a little bit longer, actually annoys me because I'm going, I should be able to cut that to the exact length. But
Yes, but
varies.
you're
They're a cast, or
Yeah.
they're a cast, so that could be 2 or 3 mil either way.
to suit everybody. You do it the right way.
Exactly.
So Jason, tell us, how did you get into the social media end of it all?
It was a joke one of the days. Basically, me 2 young lads and the cousins were on TikTok, and I was there. What are you on there? And they said, "Oh, this TikTok is a new app. It's a 15-second video, and you can go viral." And I was like, "What do you do?" And they said, "Well, you can dance, you can do different things, whatever." And I said, "I'll be viral by the end of the day." And I literally went up to the shed. I got myself an orbital sander, and I put masking tape on the orbital sander, and I got a blue permanent marker, turned on the orbital sander, and just drew circles in blue on it. And I think by the end of the day, I had 17,000 followers.
Fuck off.
Stop.
Just boom, exploded.
And now you have what, 680,000 followers?
680,000, yeah.
Fuck.
It's
How long has that taken?
4 years.
You're 4 years at it.
4
So
years. I took a year out to rebuild my nana's house. It burnt down, but yeah, it takes a while. Like I've lost 30,000 followers in one day. That's how
30,000.
That's how much of a variation it is. You can gain 20,000, you can gain 3,000, you can lose 50,000. You know.
But did you start in COVID?
No, I was way before COVID. Yeah,
It was before COVID.
before COVID.
It's more than 4 years ago. Sure, long ago.
Yeah, it's
5
longer.
years.
Sure. Yeah, COVID's
Yeah,
5
I
years
kind of
ago.
lost a couple of years of my life there through that COVID thing.
Did COVID have a big impact on the work?
The first couple of weeks of COVID, myself and Carmel were looking at each other and we says, if this, like the phone never rang, there was no text, there was nothing. I said, if this keeps going the way it's going, we might get 2-3 months and then we're going to have to start seriously thinking what we're going to do here.
Yeah, but I think that period, no one really knew what to do.
That's the
Yeah.
truth. Within the 2 weeks after that conversation, it was the very same as Christmas week every week.
You know, lads were at home pulling
Everybody
things
was
out.
at home. Yes,
Working
get the
on the
bike done
projects.
up. We need to do this. I loved it because we literally closed the gates. Nobody was there to annoy me. I could work away till all hours of the morning, do whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Do your thing.
That's it. There's only a certain time I'll deal with people, and then I'm like, go away. I need to get work done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Get a lot of customers coming into the yard.
I do lately now. Yeah, and I'm honestly finding that very hard to adjust.
drags you away from
Yeah,
your
like
train of
I-
thought.
Because you have to entertain and
I had
talk.
17 people call one Saturday. You know, I'm good at maths, but I won't do the maths. If I spend 10, 15 minutes with 17 people, that's a good few hours. I'm not gonna
Lack of production then.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And that line of work, your train of thought has to be.
oh, that's it.
Yeah. If someone comes in and starts telling you about something happened last night down the town, you're off doing your next job and you're thinking about it.
Exactly.
And then
that is so true. I'm working on one job and I'm there thinking, right, if I have a bit of stuff mixed up here, I can go on to the next repair, get that bit done. So you're constantly, you have to be a day ahead of yourself every time with fiberglass. Like,
Yeah, so you need to be left alone, close the gate job.
That's it, yeah. I've literally, when I'm making fiberglass, as I said, I can't answer the phone. People come into the shed. They probably think I'm being ignorant in a way. I don't really give them much talk. Because I can't, I'm concentrating.
Yeah.
Like an air bubble in a piece will set me back. I'll have to put a bit of fillers in it, but it just doesn't look perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
You know it's not perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what is your company name, and how do we get people get in contact with you to want to order or check out pricing? Or
It's Fiberman, Jason Dunne, Fiberman. You can get me on Facebook there. You can get me on Instagram, TikTok. No point in getting me on Snapchat because I haven't a fucking clue how it works.
But there's no real. You said you have the website.
Oh yeah, Fiberman.net.
Yeah.
You can go on to the Fiberman.net. Don't mind the pictures. It's a work in progress. Just contact me through the email there. All the details are on my Facebook page as well. Phone number, email. So I'm very easy to get in contact. You know, Google me.
What's the best day to get you?
The best day?
Yeah, Sunday.
So yeah, I don't mind any time of day or night because I would be on the phone maybe 2 o'clock in the morning because of the time difference between America, Australia, different countries.
Yeah.
So I could be up at 3 o'clock in the morning talking to customers.
Right.
You know, so I barely sleep.
Yeah. We've another question here from Don.
Yes.
See what he says.
As I said once again to Jason, my apologies for not being there, but if I was there, a question I would have asked is, in the TikToks I don't see much bikes. In my opinion, you look like a biker. I don't know, are you a biker? And if you are a biker, what is your preference? Are you like Harley Davidson or more Hayabusas, a Fireblade? What is your preference bike? And I said, my apologies for not being there.
I am mad into my bikes. I've been driving bikes since I was 9 years of age. First bike, a Honda 175. I was trying to push start one of them. But I don't actually show my bikes on TikTok. I have 14 bikes in my collection.
14?
They're not all running, okay?
How many are running?
Are the wheels on them at least?
There's a couple of them built. There's a couple of them just in frames, need to be built up. We have a V8 trike there as well.
Yeah.
Myself and a mate of mine, we bought it together. But as I said, I don't show my bikes online because you never know who's watching.
Because you have this.
Yeah.
These are called skins.
Well, it'd be just me leathers. Yeah.
Oh, your letters. Yeah.
I was in a bike club years ago, but too much politics, so I just got out of it.
Right.
if you're listening, you know, you know.
Yeah.
But bikes. My preference in bikes is old school. Like I have a G6R Slingshot 750, 1100, 1127. I'm into me Triumphs. I have a 900 Triton Speed Treble Trophy. I'm on a ZX7 at the moment as my daily bike, but I think I'm getting too old for that because it's sore on the wrists.
Do you go on them in much?
Down little angles.
Yeah, it's unreal, boys. Like my hardtail, I have a hardtail 900 Speed Triple, and like you're literally sitting back just like this, and then to go from that down to that. And
you find when you're up that height, the blood leaving your arms?
Sometimes, you're just driving along and you can't relax. You know, you're just sitting there.
And you said daily there, do you be on them every day?
No, as I say, my daily bike, that would be my bike. I'd be
of choice at the minute.
It's probably the only one that's going at the minute. So I don't really have much of a choice.
Yeah.
But look, I don't get out on the bike as much as I'd like to. I get it very hard to switch off from work. So for me to take time off, I nearly have to book a holiday with myself just to do it. But like we go to rallies, we're doing a run on the 10th of May there for St. Luke's. We've been doing it for this is our 25th anniversary.
And where is that?
It'll be from Mullingar, we'll say, heading to Monaghan. We'll stay in Monaghan for the night and then back from Monaghan down back into Mullingar and finishing. But we've 2.1 million raised over the 25 years,
Okay.
It's a brilliant cause now, it's a brilliant run.
And how does anyone find out more information about that if you want to give it a plug?
They could actually go on to the St. Luke's Bikers Fun Run on Facebook, Instagram, any of that. Or Aidan Luke Biker on the Instagram as well.
Yeah.
It's a great cause. It's a great day out, you know. So many towns we stop in along the way, and look, if people are just out on the road just waving at us or cheering at us, it makes a big difference. As you know with your runs, you know, simple wave makes your day. You know? So.
Right.
And what way do you find the social media? Do you find it hard or?
At the start I did. I found it very hard because you get consumed by it very quickly. When you gain that much followers in a day, you're questioning, why didn't I gain that much followers the next day? I put up a video, I got 100,000 likes. Why didn't my next video get the same? So you're in a trance, I want more. You get caught up in the numbers. And then eventually I realised, if it's going to go out there, it's going to go out there. Like, as I said, 680,000 followers is literally just a number. It doesn't make my life any easier working in the shed. You know what I mean? So you have to get all that out of your head. Just be yourself, be honest on it. And, like, I know people that do the social media and they literally step out of their life into a different persona.
Yes.
And when they step out of the social media end of it, I'd say that must be so hard for them. Because they have to act like a different person.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, what you see is what you get. If you don't like it, move it on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's
It's the only way
just
to be
my-
on it.
Yeah,
To
it
save
is.
it.
Because you're only fooling yourself, and it
Yeah.
must be seriously hard on people's heads to try and keep up that act. Like, so I wouldn't be able for it.
No.
No.
Can you give any advice on it?
Just be yourself. Have fun. Be happy. Don't expect every video you put up to go viral. Just post it for your followers, not for the people that you want to come in. Post it for your followers. They're the ones that are dedicated to what you're putting up.
Yeah.
Just plain and simple. Have fun. That's what it is. It's a fun app.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people lose that thought. Like,
Big time. I tell you what it is. They get X amount of followers and they suddenly think, oh, I'm big.
yeah.
I've X amount. No, you have a number on an app. That's it. It
And
doesn't get you into a nightclub. It doesn't get you free meals.
You let it fucking control you then. You live your day around that number.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
No, look, it was a pleasure having you on.
Yeah.
A pleasure
Brilliant
being here,
podcast.
guys. Thank you
Jason,
very much
delighted
for
to have
having
you.
me.
I'm sure you're
we'll
more
have
than
you
welcome
again.
anytime if you ever
He
want
says
to.
I'll be back.
Yeah. We might have a few pints that night.
He says I will, yeah. Oh,
And
definitely.
we're going to call over to Jason for a live down one night as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than welcome, lads.
Don will be up. We'll bring Don to come over as well. I
Yeah.
suppose.
yeah.
We'll organise a night.
Happy days.
Yeah.
But
I'll get the kerosene to make sure the shed's lovely and warm.
but everyone, thanks for joining us again, and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll see you next week.
100%.
Take
Bye-bye.
it handy.
See you
Keep it
all.
real. All the best.
Bye.